Good morning. Today I'm in a village in northwestern Spain, in the province of Galicia, and I'll be talking about a plant called Lords and Ladies, the genus Arum. Recently, I and my collaborator, Professor Gizem Emre from Turkey, we published a paper reviewing the uses of Arum as food in Europe and Asia and Africa, in wherever they occur naturally and they were used traditionally. This plant is associated with being nasty. The taste is really unpleasant because they contain oxalates, crystals of oxalic acid, of oxalates actually, and they really bite your tongue and throat, and it can be dangerous, can lead to swelling, in very extreme cases, maybe even death. Although wild pigs, really like eating the tubers of arum, so actually maybe they are not that toxic as we think. Maybe it just needs some training to eat them. Anyway, they are seen as something quite inedible, and we made a paper tracing various methods of detoxifying arums in different countries. In this video, I will also show you how I cooked arums a month ago in Portugal, but actually it can be applied anywhere. And of course, there are various variations of preparing arums. Generally, it's used in two ways. One is using the underground parts. It contains a swollen underground part looking a bit like a potato. And mainly in Southern Europe and Western Europe, this was used as famine food and also to provide starch for clothes. It was a very good starch, very white starch for starching clothes in old times. Whereas in something we can describe as Asia, I mean, it's mainly, the edges of Asia, in Southwest Asia, in places like Turkey or Syria or Georgia, people use leaves as a vegetable, and it makes some sense because it means that you don't completely kill the plant. You just cut some leaves and then the plant can regenerate, and is also very nutritious. So there are a few tricks. One very important trick is long boiling. So if you really boil the plant for a long time, slowly the crystals dissolve. 2 hours is absolute minimum. I cooked in Portugal. I cooked the leaves for 2.5 hours, and it got much nicer in taste. I ate the whole bowl. Nothing happened to me, although I felt that it was still a bit irritant. And some people say 3 hours, 4 hours. So you should really try the taste. With underground parts, also drying might help. Also, drying leaves in Georgia, people told me that they usually eat this plant first after drying, but in other parts, no. And the second most important trick is you use acids, and I don't know exactly. I cannot exactly describe the reaction in detail, but what organic chemists told me, that if you apply other acids to these oxalate crystals and then give them time by boiling, soaking, the crystals will slowly dissolve, and the oxalates will turn into oxalic acid soluble, and other salts will be created. So this was amazing, and no one really pronounced it clearly before, that there is a large number of acidic substances used in detoxifying arums. And these are mainly lemon juice, but also acetic acid, also pomegranate juice, also yogurt, and sorrel leaves. So these things could be used. Lemon juice is used in many countries. Pomegranate, also sumac seeds. So pomegranate, sumac is used in Southwest Asia, and yogurt is used in parts of also in this area. You can combine them, so you could use, for example, lemon juice and sorrel, or lemon juice and sumac, yeah, or lemon juice, sumac and pomegranate. So you could actually create different tastes. And I found a lot of young leaves of lords and ladies. This is this species is Arum italicum. Lords and ladies, they contain a lot of oxalates, and they can be harmful to us when eaten raw or undercooked. But I'm gonna cook them for a very long time to get the edibility and make them safe. Now I chop the leaves before cooking. Adding some lemon juice. In many traditions, when you boil lords and ladies, you should boil it with sour thing like sumac, lemon juice, or sorrel leaves. These are the leaves after 2 hours of cooking. A very important step is rinsing them, because if you don't rinse them properly, they might still be a bit kind of sharp. And also the sharpness appears after a few minutes. So if you try the quality, it's very important that you try just a nibble, then wait a few minutes and wait and see. And it can be a bit sharp, but when it's very sharp, don't eat it. I boiled it again for half an hour, and it's much better. So 2.5 hours, 2 boilings. I can't feel it very much now. And here is lords and ladies cooked for 12 hours in a cooker, in a crock pot, and it's completely without any even trace of any kind of astringency, any weird taste. The noises are from we are in Spain, cooking it in a foraging workshop in Spain, so sorry for the noises. Lords and ladies have the whitest starch of all. It was used before for whitening clothes, for example in Britain and Germany. This starch was prepared by the famous Spanish forager Cesar Lema Costas. He knows to isolate the starch, and actually the isolated starch hasn't got any acridity.
Çiğneme ama yeşilliği.
Ha çiğneme, okay.
Görüntüleri var. Zeytinyağı
Be
var.
careful,
Oh.
be careful.
During our research in Turkey, we met a few ladies who explained us various Arum foods and how to detoxify this plant.
Da kalsın, tamam, bize yeter o kadar. It's enough, ha?
Yeah.
Yeter abla, tamam. Verme. Hayır. Abla ziyan olur, istemiyoruz. Tamam.
Pişirim olsun.
Hayır. Şimdi biz yaptıracağız.
İncecik doğrayacağım. Sapı da olur. Her
Aha.
yanına incecik doğrayacağım.
Cut the leaves.
Doğrayacağım. Ondan sonra hepsini doğradım mı diye 5-6 defa yıkayacağım.
You wash 5 or 6 times.
5-6 defa yıkayacağım. Ondan sonra içine bunun azıcık su koyacağım. Üstü basa. Ağır kısık ayarda pişecek. Az da içine
Bir tarif edeyim onu o arada. You put water and then boiled. Ne kadar kaynatacağız öyle?
Bir saat ne kaynayacak?
1 hour.
Ağır kısık ayarda.
But it's really slowly.
O var hafif haşlanıyor. Güzel haşlanacak.
Aha,
İyice pişecek.
Aha.
Su saplarını istersen su kalın yerini fazla alma, bu yanına at. Orası ağır olur. Ondan sonra bu yarım saat ne kaynadı mı diye ben içine az da bulgur atıyorum. Ya dövme iş yapamam da.
We can put
bir
dövme
pança-
or wheat
Bir pança da atıyoracağım öyle. Azıcık da onun yine pişecek.
and then
Ondan
cooked.
sonra soğudu muydu ya bunu yoğurt koyuyorum. Bak pişerken 1-2 tane limon sıkacağım.
Dur onu söyleyeyim. When they boiled, we can add 1 or 2
Lemons. Whole lemons, 1 or 2.
Limon onun acısını alıyor.
Because the lemon taste is
Good.
better this.
Öğrendin değil mi? Ha.
Ha.
Ondan sonra da onu soğudu muydu ya? Azıcık yoğurt koyuyorsun, onu kararınca
Yoğurdu ne
mayalıyorsun.
zaman koyuyorsun abla?
Onu pişiriyorsun ya.
Pişirdik.
Durdu muydu ya?
Kapattık mı altını?
Kapattıktan sonra az soğuyacak. Azıcık soğumaya durdu.
Da bir
Onu
anlat-
mayalayacak.
Dur mayalamayı anlatayım.
Mayalayacak.
We just add lemon juice and then cooked and then it's
That's
okay.
it.
But no, it started now. Just add yogurt.
Okay.
Sonra ne olacak ablacığım yoğurt ekleyince?
Onu mayalayacağım, bir gece duracak.
And you put yogurt and then we have to wait one night.
Why don't I leave it?
Leave it.
Okay.
Fermentation.
And maybe the crystals dissolve.
Maybe,
Yes.
maybe.
Bir gece
Okay.
duracak, ondan sonra o ağzını buruşturmaz. Ondan sonra o yoğurt mayası onu. Kimisi başka şey, ben onları bilmiyorum. Böyle yapıyorum. Bir gece,
Ertesi gün
bir gece durdum muydu, baktım böyle güzel güzel kokuyor o.
taste is good and smell is good.
And is it sharp when you eat it?
24 saat durdu muydu, ondan sonra yiyorsun.
Peki o 20 hani ertesi gün böyle ağzını şey yapmayacak değil mi? Dalamayacak değil mi?
Dalamaz. Az buruşturur ama o kadar olur.
Maybe a little.
A little bit.
Maybe
So,
a little bit. And after this you can
I don't understand. You cook for an hour, add wheat, and then cook for how long?
5-6 kere iyice yıkadım mı acısı gidiyor.
ablacığım bunu ekledikten sonra ne kadar pişireceğiz?
Onu güzel, onu öyle güzelce pişecek iyice. Yarım saat
saat,
ne
bir
pişecek?
saat.
Buğdaycık ıslayacaksın, yumuşatacaksın.
Bir saat mi?
Yavaş,
One hour.
kısık ayarda.
But really
Bak kısık ayarda pişecek.
Hı hı.
Ağır ağır.
Arada,
Arada-
slowly.
Arada şöyle karıştıracak.
Karıştıracaksın.
Heh.
Hı hı.
Tamam. Şimdi
Su
öğrendim.
ekleyeceğiz mi?
He.
Üzerine.
Azıcık
Arada.
su ekleyeceksin, dibine yanmayacak.
Hı hı. Sometimes you can
Buğday
put
attın mı? Buğday
water.
attın mı? Azıcık bir bardak daha su çok dökeceğim.
Hı hı.
Dökeceğim onu yavaş yavaş kaynayacak öyle.
When we add wheat, we have to of course add a little bit water.
Water. Mhm.
You all the time checked, but
Okay.
you cooked slow
And do many
slowly.
people around here eat this plant now?
Peki burada hani herkes yer içer mi bunu yoksa sen mi biliyorsun?
Bilenleri yapıyor. Çok
Sen-
yapan var.
Yes, some of them
Herkes
yes.
yapıyor, he.
Yes.
Yine de biri yaparken bir arkadaşına telefon ne bildiğin varsa danış yine de.
Danışacağım. Tamam.
Benim gibi
danışacağım. Tamam. Çok
O kel
teşekkür.
yerini kestim.
Tamam. Sağ ol.
Bak.
Bak bu çok vallahi yarısını ver. Ne olursun sen satıyorsun.
The most widely known dish made from arum leaves in Turkey is called tirşik. As Yayla writes, it is critical to note that the yogurt used in the dish is sour. The predominance of a sour taste in the tirşik dish made with sour yogurt is an important feature desired by people. There are different practices among people for the souring of the tirşik dish. As people associate a sour taste with quarrelsomeness, the clothes of the most quarrelsome person in the family are put on the cooking vessel during the fermentation process. In addition, the dish is prepared by dedicating it to the quarrelsome person orally. In local culture, leavening is defined as an improvement of the dish. To improve the dish, theatrical fights are also held in the folk rituals during the preparation of the dish. It is also thought that the more violent the fight, the sourer the dish will be. In Turkish, the condition of not having good interpersonal relationships is defined by the word limoni, lemon-like. As the word limoni derives from the word lemon, it is also associated with sourness. Thereby, the limoni unsettling atmosphere created while making tirşik suggests that the dish will be sourer. For this reason, an unsettling atmosphere is created around the dish. Creating such an unsettling atmosphere requires the presence of several people. This demonstrates that tirşik is a dish prepared in a ritual with a group of people. And now one of the recipes for the tirşik, provided by Ceylan and Sahin Goz. You need 500 grams of arum leaves, 250 grams of yogurt, 70 grams of düvme, which is a wheat product frequently used in Turkish cooking, obtained by boiling and drying the hard wheat and then pounding and removing the shell. 75 grams of chickpeas, 2 liters of water, 1 tablespoonful of salt, and 500 grams of wheat flour. So the arum leaves should be finely chopped, then rinse the leaves twice. Heat the water to 50 degrees Celsius. Mix the whipped yogurt with the leaves and water and stir. Also add chickpeas and duvme to the mixture. Level the mix with a spoon. Make a thin layer on the surface of the leaves with the remaining flour. Close the lid so that the mixture has no contact with the air. Keep the temperature at around 27-30 degrees and wait for over 12 hours. So we let it ferment. Check if the mix is rising, which is a sign of fermentation. If it's not, wait another 3 to 4 hours. Remove the flour from the top. Bring the mix to the boil, stir occasionally, and continue boiling for about 150 minutes. So as it's spring, feel free to experiment with lords and ladies. The fresh leaves are out, but of course be very careful because the sharp oxalates can actually damage your tissues. So you can tolerate a little bit of this sharp taste, but don't go too much with it, and rather prepare it the way that you can't taste any of this sharpness. And remember that the sharpness appears even around a minute after eating the food. So take a bite, keep it in the mouth, take a very small bite, and then see if it's sharp or not. This is very important, and good luck.